Hey, I'm Carlos Garcia, and we're back in Portugal. So we're going to record back-to-back videos today because they're both going to be two. The next one's going to be a short, but I'm just going to do a video. But that'll be Wednesday's video. So this is Monday's video, and we're talking about Portuguese whiskey, which I didn't think that was a thing. So Portugal's famous for port wine, regular red, white, vinho verde, which is green wine. There's aguardente, which is basically Portuguese moonshine. They have a lot of different brandies. There's a lot of different alcohols Portugal makes. Whiskey, though, is not a very common thing. Beer, they have two very popular beers, Superbock, Sagres. But when I was whiskey hunting in Porto, which is the second largest city in Portugal, I went to a couple liquor stores, found some dusties. And that video will be coming. I'm going to do a whole video just on Porto. I'm going back again tomorrow because I leave tomorrow and going to a couple more liquor stores, a couple more food things. So it's going to be like 100% like a video on food, drinks, whiskey hunting, not really drinks, but like food, whiskey hunting, and cigars. But when I was there, I picked up these two different bottles, two different liquor stores. And this one is a lower proof one called the Portuguese small batch blended whiskey, non-chill filter, natural color, bottle in 2024, 48% ABV, so 96 proof. Nailed it. Vintage release Venakki whiskey. This is also Venakki whiskey. So the same distillery makes both of them. And when I went and looked online, basically everything's basically sold out. But this bottle is, the regular small batch release, basically from what I can see. And this was $70 when I bought it. So I have no idea what actual MSRP around there is, but that's what I paid for it. I paid $70 for it. And that's 700 milliliters, correct? Somewhere 700 milliliters it was like 70 bucks. This one that comes in a fancy tube, cask strength Portuguese single malt woodwork, rare Portuguese cask, first maturation in bourbon barrel, extra maturation in first fill, 300 liter barrique, mature brandy cask, cask number 5, bottle ABV 65.5%, so 131, bottle number 332, and let's see what it says here. Most things that whiskey companies say, but this thing at the bottom says, because when it comes to the profile of Woodwork whiskey, the oak cask maturation program may contribute to 80% of the flavor and to 100% of the color. It's both magic and science. And we believe that blending these two is an art. Womp womp. Natural filter, natural color, a bottle one by hand. Handcrafted in Portugal. Now this is... Oh, there's even more stuff back here. Holy crap. I'll make sure I put all this stuff on the screen for you guys if you guys want to read it. Talks about like the climate and stuff like that. There's a bunch of information on here about where they get their barrels from and stuff like that. So I'll definitely throw that stuff up there. But here's the front of the bottle. Here's the back. Sure, I'll you guys can see that. I can't really see the screen. All right. So this bottle, 500 milliliter, so smaller. This was like 100. We couldn't find a receipt. I paid cash. It was between 110 to 130, somewhere in that range. So not cheap at all. And we did, obviously, we've had some pours the other day. So let's get into these two Portuguese whiskeys. Oh, let me say the giveaway. I usually say that by now. All right, so this is a giveaway that messed up all my giveaways. So this one was the one that was like at first it was a hashtag Canada, then a hashtag Elko. So this is the top 4 for August, part 2. So let's see who wins this. Let's see if we can get up there. This is the one that had an extension of a few days. See, you can see it. And Stew Pot. Stew Pot. Reach out to me. My email's in the description so I can send you out those samples. Thank you. All right, I'm not doing these blind like I usually do. the difference in ABV is drastic. And after having them, I know which one's going to be which. The other day, this was super woody, butterscotchy, and this was full flavor, full proof. So we'll see how it is today, a little bit more air. And I am going to do a 2-ounce giveaway of each of these, because I do plan on bringing both these bottles with me back to America, because I've never seen Portuguese whiskey before, so I'm going to have it in my bar in America. Okay, on the nose, super butterscotchy. Butterscotch and some wood. It's almost like a butterscotch candy, but darker, it's like a burnt caramel type thing. It's a good nose. It is actually pretty good. I was actually this is another reason I'm bringing them back to Portugal, or bringing them back to America, is that these are pretty good. Okay, the Woodwork is much more the malty direction. Pears, apples, stewed fruit. It's like an orchard on the nose. Very different noses. That's why I'm not doing these blind, because they're uniquely different from each other. Let's go on the palate on the Portuguese. All right, first sip of the Portuguese. Butterscotch, wood, savory, dark fruit. And I'll finish wood, toasted, and marshmallow. It's very good. It's not crazy complex, and the finish isn't that long, but it is very tasty for what it is. I do enjoy this. And the other day when I actually had the higher proof one first, then this one, which was stupid. But that's the way it happened the other day. And so I was like, I'm definitely going to do low proof, then higher proof. And this is pretty good. I do enjoy this a lot. It's another reason why I'll bring this back. I want to compare this to other whiskeys. Kind of compare this versus some Scotch and Irish and Japanese and stuff like that. See how it kind of stands against those. That's good. So the distinct flavor is 100% that butterscotchy wood. Dark fruit is also a lot more on the finish this time. The finish isn't short by any means, but it's just not like crazy long. It's a decent finish. Nothing that would knock it any kind of points or anything like that. And for 70 euros, let's say euros now, about $78-ish, guesstimating. But this is decent. Shut up! Damn highway over here all the time now when I'm recording videos. Oh, I was looking to see where the actual distillery was. It's in Lisbon. Lisbon's the capital of Portugal, the biggest city in Portugal. It's about 5 hours away. When I live here, I plan on going there a little bit more, kind of like actually touring, sting it. Fucking tractor. This is how people get around in my village, in a damn loud ass tractor. Too busy on this little corner right here. All right, so we did the Portuguese. So what I was trying to see is like, oh, maybe I'll visit this distillery when I come back to Portugal, whenever next time is. But it's in Lisbon, so it's kind of far away. But if it was in Porto, I would definitely go check it out, maybe even tomorrow. But it is not. But it would be cool distillery to go check out. Okay, so now we're going to the Woodwork Rare Portuguese Cask. This is 131 proof. And you definitely get the proof on this. My wife had this the other day, my mom had this the other day, my father-in-law had it the other day, and everyone definitely enjoyed this one better just because this was too proofy for them. Right up my alley though. little horns. Okay, so that proof kicks your tongue. I know. I think it was my mom that said she felt it down her whole stomach, her mouth through her stomach. I never really get that. Even when I drink higher proof stuff, it's more on my tongue where I feel the proof. So this one, full flavor. It's way more intense than the Portuguese whiskey. Full flavor, proof 100%. Now we'll see how a couple sips in, if the proof kind of goes away, because I get used to it. But you definitely have the more malty than this one. Apple, pears, it's just like the nose. Both of these, the nose transfers right down to the palate. Finish, just like being an orchard. Dark fruit, stewed fruit. It's very, very fruity. This reminds me a lot of Compass Box. but like a higher proof compass box. I'm thinking of specifically like the Orchard one. I think it's called Orchard. I'll throw a picture up here for you guys if I'm just off the top of my head thinking. It's not smoky, it's not peaty. It's definitely more of that like fruity direction in scotches, in scotch terms. All right, so second sip, that proof is basically, at least for me, I've now handled the proof. All the same flavors, a lot more sweetness now. I think the proof kind of, once you get past that proof, the sweetness shines. A lot more cinnamon, baking spices on the finish. I do enjoy this. The price though is stupid. Now I don't know if that's MSRP. I don't know if I walked into some liquor store that charges secondary for stuff. You know, whiskey in Portugal is uncommon. At both these places, this was the only bottle of these that they had. And I remember when I bought this, I was asking, like, you know, is there another Portuguese whiskey? And the guy was like, oh no, that's the only one that I have. Then I went to down the street, I went to this place, and this place is like, yeah, this is the only one we have, you know. It's hard to get them, and they're sold out and whatever. They don't make them anymore. So it's basically like, this is what's left on the shelves, and that's what you can get. So I don't know how rare these are. I don't know too much about it. So I've never seen Portuguese whiskey on shelves around at any bars I've ever been to. So third sip on the Woodwork. This one I do enjoy a lot. There's nothing off-putting about it. I 100%, when I got them, didn't expect a lot out of them. You know, I've never heard about Portuguese whiskey. I was like, these are probably gonna be trash. And then when I had them the other day, you know, with my family out here, I was like, you know what? These are actually pretty decent. Like, you know, the prices are high for sure, but the tastes on both of them, both unique from each other. So the Woodwork reminds me of a lot of scotches. It definitely has kind of a lot of profiles I've had before. The Portuguese though is, to me, very distinct, and being the cheaper one, now it's not as high proof. So if you're a proof hound, you might not like it, but this is actually very decent for what it is. I do like this one a lot. So now what I'm gonna do is, I usually cut this out when I have like 4 or 6 things, but when it's 2, I usually leave it in. Drink some water, A/B them, and I'll leave that in for you guys, kind of see how I do the A/B. But when it's just 2, it's just going back and forth. Okay, so I'll go back to A, kind of see. This is almost like a dessert. It's very sweet, very woody, very butterscotchy. Very good, man. I enjoy this a lot. And I can't think of something that this is comparable to. When I go back, I'm going to have to go like through a bunch of whiskey, just kind of figure out what this tastes like. To me, this is, when you try different stuff, right? You're hoping to try something different, so it be different and not the same as what you're already having. At least that's why I try different things, right? So this kind of falls in line of something very unique and good. It could be unique and trash. That's happened plenty of times. This is good. I do like this. Almost like a nutty note. Okay, so I'm going to score this a 3.5. Do enjoy that quite a bit. If anything, it probably should score a little bit higher, but maybe I'll feature it in a different video, like World Whiskeys or something like that. All right, so let's get into B again. I'll do some water. That is very good. But again, it kind of reminds me of other scotches or single malts I've had before. Actually, it might remind me of like maybe an American single malt. Again, I'm going to bring these back, so I'm going to compare these. I don't know if you guys can hear the churches right now, the church bells. Can you hear that? We'll see. So here, the church bells ring. They do like a kind of a song. And once I edit and post my Portugal videos, it's probably gonna be 3 videos total. One's gonna have about like the church bells going off, but it's 6 o'clock. You don't need watches over here. You just listen for the church. I'll tell you what time it is. The thing is, I like that one better. Do I like it better? I do like it better, but I'm gonna give that a 3.6. I like the flavors better, but for the price and the uniqueness of the Portuguese, I'd buy this one over and over again just to have something very different on my shelf, as this is kind of reminds me of multiple stuff that I've had in the past. But it's something I like. Like, I do enjoy scotch. Again, it's not the smoky, peaty scotch. This is more the fruit-forward scotch or single malt. I don't want to specifically say scotch because I've had American single malts that remind me of this too. But that proof point at 131, very hard to find single malts at that proof. It's very good. I do like that a lot. Yeah, that's very good. I'm hesitant to score it much higher than like the 3.6 because I'm comparing it to this. But when I bring it back, I'll do like a flight. Because, you know, some of you guys want me to do more single malt scotch related stuff. I know the algorithm, the YouTube algorithm hates that. But I'll end up doing it eventually. Now, we're towards the end of the video, so most of the people that don't stay around this long aren't here right now. Oh, let's do the giveaway before I go on my little rant. Yeah, if you want to win 2-ounce samples of both these bottles, if for some reason customs take this or something like that, you're not gonna get it. But I've never had problems in the past, so it should be fine. If you want to win 2-ounce samples of both of these, you gotta like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're about 75 people away, subscribers away from 1,000, which, you know, is a big milestone for the YouTube milestones. So I definitely, if you're here, subscribe, please. Thank you. Okay, we don't do hashtags anymore because we've had issues in the past couple videos. So let's just do big capital letters, PRT. We're going to try to do acronyms for the rest of the time now. We'll see if that is in no issues. So put in the beginning of your comment, capital letters, PRT, then write whatever you want, write nothing, write whatever you want, doesn't matter. I'll see it, it'll be entered. Okay, so what I was about to say, I'm also drinking this little bit left. So different. That wood note, very distinct. All right. So the next couple of videos. So so this is Monday's video. Wednesday's video will be about, what do I have? Oh, they're right next to the camera. It's like the Jack Daniel's blueberry or whatever berry it is in the Crown Royal one. So I was gonna do that short of that, like just make a quick video. But I'm gonna be flying back from Portugal the night you guys are watching this, Monday night. I'm off Tuesday. I work Wednesday for like half a shift. Get on a plane at 6 o'clock in the morning to go to Kentucky. Going to Kentucky for the the Kentucky Bourbon Fest with a bunch of SLB degenerates. So that should be a lot of fun. I'm gonna be there for like 6 days. So when I get home on Tuesday, I plan on recording like 3 videos so I don't have to worry about anything while I'm away. And that's when I'm going to start best whiskey of the year. So probably on Friday's video, kind of go over the list of what I'm going to get into. So I don't have it here, so I don't even remember. But I'm basically going to do 3, they're not tournaments, but 3 different groupings. So I'm going to do like best bourbon of the year, best like Finnish bourbon of the year. And I was going to do rye, but there wasn't that many ryes that I enjoyed this year, so I couldn't really make a whole list. But I think those 2, I was going to divide into categories of like maybe under a certain price point, above a certain price point, or allocated versus not allocated. I have it all organized, but those are going to be the next couple of videos. While those videos, I'll maybe between the 2 lists or whatever, I'll start dropping some of my Portugal videos. So that'll be coming soon for you guys. So stay tuned. Don't do nothing stupid. And if you do, don't get caught. Bye.